Hi, everyone. It is me, Sailor Moon, Serena here, and me, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver, Amy here. And today we're going to talk about, this one thing that we always think should be talked about. So, there are still some folks out there who believe that NAOKO Takeuchi said only girls can be sailor fighters. Now, they say, oh, well, you can look it up on the interweb. Well, that's funny because I have put some, when I did look that up, it never came up. Oh, a lot of films came up about her. But I can't really think that I ever saw that. Unless it's on some website somewhere and some whiff on some website out there that's either no longer around anymore. But a lot of folks out there, think that, oh, I didn't do my good learning. Well, it's true, we might be a latecomer to Sailor Moon like everyone else is not. Big deal. And even if NAOKO Takeuchi did say that oversight, that was her telling folks why in her saga and tale that they were only sailor fighters. But it isn't a oversight that everyone has to follow. And the truth is, we never followed it. The nearest thing you ever get to what I ever heard was that she felt that women had a lot of freedoms that they didn't have in the past, which is true, depending on which land you live in, and that she crafted the sailor fighters to be, strong women who didn't need anyone to help them. Well, I don't know if that was true or not, but they were strong and they were bold. I'll give her that. And that maybe is the nearest thing I ever heard to that. But as far as only fighters or women can be sailor fighters oversight, I didn't hear it until years later. Everybody keeps on saying it like, oh, there's truth out there. Well, I never heard it. I never saw it. And I did a lot of looking into it. And it never comes up. So where did you folks hear it from? And don't say, oh, I heard it was from some film or from somewhere on some website. Because I would bet you if I did a lookup right now and said, only girls can be sailor fighters, I don't know if it's going to bring up that website or that whiff that you folks like to bring up. And some folks out there say, oh, do your good learning, like we didn't learn enough about it or something. It's true, Dwayne's a latecomer to Sailor Moon, but he knows as much about Sailor Moon as the next boy, the next man, or the next woman out there, even though he's only been into it since 2008 YLDO, which isn't as long as others. You want to say something? Yeah, you're right, Sailor Moon. At the end of the day, I don't really know if there's any truth to back up NAOKO Takeuchi ever said it or ever said it. I know a lot of folks like to put words in some folks' mouth and then said they said it. But if you can't seek any truth to back it up, then it's nothing more than a belief, a thought. If someone would send me a feed, a hookup to that website with that whiff, and we read it, and we'll say, yes, you were right. But if you're not going to do that, and you're just going to say it's out, if you're not going to do that, then because you have no truth to back it up. At the end of the day, it's an oversight that we don't really follow, and we don't really care about. And some folks like to gatekeep and give us shit and say, oh, that Sailor Earth Ernest was a slight on NAOKO Takeuchi, And we did talk, about that many times. And a lot of folks seem to think that, oh, well, she got irked over how Toei handled the Sailor Starlights. You know, Sailor Star Maker, Healer, and Fighter. Yeah, but then I just find that odd that you know, that you didn't mind all the freedoms are being taken in the first four followings, but the fifth one is the one you're going to make a big thing about. Anyway, at the end of the day, someone goes, oh, well, in the drawing books, the funny books, they were women who played as men. Well, that may have been true in the books, but in the drawing film and the drawing shows, they were men that shapeshift into women. I'm sorry, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I don't know if NAOKO Takeuchi ever made that up, ever said it, because I can't seek it anywhere. And folks out there keep saying she did say it, but they don't want to show any truth to it. So unless you're going to show us a hookup or a feed to some film or some website or some whiff where she said it, unless you're not going to do that, then it's a fop belief or tape. You know, at the end of the day, the oversight, even if it is or is not, well, it was broken long before Sailor Earth, long before Sailor Sun. Yes, the Sailor Starlights broke that oversight. Only girls can be fighters or keepers or whatever, or women. Well, it was already broken. The Sailor Starlights kind of opened that door, and Sailor Earth and Sailor Sun kind of kicked it wide open. Want to go back to you? Yeah. I mean, at the end... Sorry for all that coughing. You want to go back to you now? Yes. At the end of the day, if there is any truth to her saying it, oh well. If it is a true thing, oh well. Because she is open-minded to other folks' sagas and tales and their takes, even if they're unlike her, even if they are unlike from her take on it. You know, because, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, since, you know, the funny books were not handled the same way that the first drawing show was handled. So, and the film games were unlike the drawing shows and the funny books, or whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, it is what it is. If you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor. Alright. Want to end this film now? Well, thank you, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver. Thank you, Amy. If you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to share, thumb up, and playlist this film. Don't forget to watch the other film we made yesterday over here. And hit that ringer so that you know when the next upload, live stream, or short's been done. And forgive us for any of the coughing that seems to happen from time to time in our films. And only in our film, because it doesn't seem to happen any other time. I, Sailor Moon Serena, and I, Sailor Mercury Quicksilver, and we'll see you later.